Hello, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the fourth episode of Dialogue with the Experts. Is everybody on board? If you are on board, maybe you can give out a shout to me. Let's wait for a while before we begin. How's your Friday so far? Have you all taken your lunch? Anybody out there? Okay, I can't see any of your comments here. Okay, hi. Okay, today we have an interesting guest. He is a men's health expert. He has helped a lot of people to gain better health, improve their body composition. Assalamualaikum, Rozana. How have you taken your lunch yet? Salam Jumaat to you guys, to all the Muslims. Salam Jumaat. And today we are going to talk about love and hate relationship with food. Food and weight, vis-a-vis weight in relation to weight. Assalamualaikum, Rizani. Okay. My guest has helped a lot of people to regain back their health. Okay. He was featured also on Surya channel, the Malay broadcasting channel, and radio channel 93.8 to discuss on health issues. Okay. So without further ado, I know everybody is waiting. Let us introduce Dr. Taufiq. How are you, Dr. Taufiq?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm good, Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you for having me on this blessed Friday.
Yes, I know you are very, very busy. Have you taken your lunch?
Not yet. I just finished seeing my patients.
Okay,
so maybe after this.
Let us dive straight into the issue, okay? Because I know you are hungry and people want to do other things. So, okay, today's topic is about our love and hate relationship with food. Since we've encountered this circuit breaker period, a lot of us have actually gained weight, right? Do you encounter such instances with your patients?
I mean, it's a common issue, right? With most people stuck at home and gyms are closed. And also sometimes when you are at home, you tend to be a little bit more lazy.
Yeah.
Or you also closer to the fridge, so you also tend to be, spending more time snacking and eating. So more snacking, more eating, less exercise. Of course, that's gonna go one way.
Yeah. So one question: do we live to eat or do we eat to live?
Actually, that question basically will depend on the person itself. Some people live to eat. Some people eat to live. So I'm sure you all know what it means. So maybe let me explain a bit about our appetite. So it all goes down to our appetite, right? And actually our appetite is not just based on our emotions or our feelings. There are actually hormones in our body that control or influence our appetite. And our appetite center is really actually located in the brain, in a part of the brain called the hypothalamus.
Wow.
So these hormones, they are hormones that influence our appetite. So it's not just your feelings, no. They're actually physical chemical reactions that are happening in your brain, in your body, that tells you whether you want to eat or you should eat. So mainly two hormones that are more commonly mentioned. So one is leptin. Leptin actually tells your brain that you should be full and you should stop eating. Leptin is released by your fat cells.
Oh,
so
okay.
when you are a bit more, where you have more fat, then of course your body will tell you, okay, enough, stop eating. And then the other hormone is the opposite. It's called ghrelin. Ghrelin is secreted from the stomach. So this actually tells your body.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? Ghrelin or what is it?
Ghrelin. Ghrelin.
Okay, so maybe our viewers can Google afterwards as well. Okay.
Yeah. So this hormone tells your body or tells your brain that you're hungry. So it's from the stomach. So your stomach, when it's empty, so that's why you know your stomach is empty, because of this hormone. So that's when you have this urge to eat or look for food.
Okay.
But the problem lies in when there are some people are actually not hungry, but they are
Mm.
looking for food.
Ah. So,
So you're
so is it
eating more.
psychological or is it physiological, doctor? Because when we are stuck at home, you always want to go to the fridge, always want to go to the pantry. So which is which?
So there are two components lah. I mean, it's
Mm.
both psychological and physiological.
Mm.
Psychologically, sometimes, especially now when you're bored and stuck at home, so
Yeah.
you just want to fill out your time by eating.
Yes.
Another reason why you eat is maybe you just have this habit of you just want to munch on something,
Munch
fill up.
something. Guilty as charged.
So it's psychological. But
Okay.
physiologically, they also have studies
Mm.
that show that for some people, there's this problem in terms of your body or your brain response to the hormones. So you are no longer responding to the hormones. So you anyhow eat lah. So you
Whack.
end up eating more. Yeah.
Ah.
So that's why we feel that as sometimes as we age or as we gain weight, there are people are developing resistance to these hormones. So you no
Mm.
longer actually supposed to eat when you're supposed to eat, or supposed to
Mm.
stop when you're supposed to stop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So any tips to curb appetite? Because in Singapore food is so nice, and then you keep wanting to crave for say chocolate, sweet stuff. So how do you curb your appetite?
Okay. So I'm sure you guys have heard or read. There's so many different ways that you can do. So in terms of your own, you can actually try to drink water. So drinking
Mm.
water helps to fill your stomach,
Mm.
and it gives you that false impression that you're full. So that helps to abstain you from like wanting to eat more.
Mm.
Another study they did was to show that when you have enough sleep, you actually won't be eating too much. Yeah.
And we all of us lack sleep, doctor. Not enough.
and uh, and actually there's even a new recent medication that is being used right now in the clinic, including
Mm.
my clinic. We is only targeting appetite, so you can inject yourself, and this will suppress your appetite.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's very effective because
Is it
we all know the
cheap?
problem is our appetite. If you're willing to inject
Okay.
yourself lah every day.
Okay, so and I think a lot of us in Singapore, Malaysia, we all have our delicious cuisines, right or not? And
Yeah,
our
of course.
makan culture, like for example, if you go to KL, it's 24/7. Go to mamak culture, go to the warung. So nowadays you don't have it, of course, but this culture still persists. You have what do you call it, KFC. I cannot say fast food and all this. How do you actually resist, doctor? Is it do you avoid certain foods, for instance?
Okay, the truth is, I'm still human. I'm still Singaporean. I'm still Malay. I
Yes.
love my food.
Yes. Yeah, Hari
You- I'll
Raya
be
food, huh?
I'll be lying to you if I tell you I don't like food, and I won't be human if I tell you I don't like food. So
Yeah.
we are only human, so we like food.
Mm.
So, but then of course we try our best to not eat them so often,
Mm.
or we also try our best to maybe try to have a healthier version,
Mm.
or just maybe after that maybe exercise more to burn off the calories. So there are different ways to handle it.
Okay. So, for example, if you really really like chocolates, go for the darker version, right? And maybe abstain from the milk chocolate type, which has a high amount of sugar. Is that right?
Yeah, so there's one of the options like I mentioned, to choose
Mm.
healthier options. So
Mm.
darker, like if you want to eat chocolate, go for dark chocolate. The darker the better, because there's less sugar in it, and
Mm.
also dark chocolate has a lot of health benefits as well.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of chocolate, I am a chocolate fanatic lah. So sometimes you don't need to eat all the small little squares. You just need to take just one square, and then you just feel enough already. Just fulfill your craving. Okay.
Mm.
Another thing that I notice as you get older, especially now we are all in our 30s, 30s. How
Yeah.
does how do we often put on weight so easily, but it's so difficult to lose the weight. Past 35, I find that it's really, really difficult. Not like when we were in NS, remember when we can eat nasi lemak every night, and yet you don't gain
Oh,
anything. Yeah.
sure. Every night.
Sure, when you are in Changi, good. Very sure.
So I think there are two main things lah. So
Mm,
you mentioned rightfully, you mentioned about age, right? As we age,
Yeah,
our
yeah,
body, our gene expression and our body changes how we handle calories, how we handle food, how we
mm,
our body metabolizes whatever that we take in. So that definitely is one of the major factors. And also,
mm,
of course, depending on energy in, energy out. So
mm,
when you are younger, most probably you're more active, you're more physically active, you burn more. So
mm.
even if you eat nasi lemak every night, also it's still okay because it's balanced out by what you know burn. But
Okay.
definitely now we won't be so as active as when we were younger lah.
Maybe the analogy is your it's like a car, right? As the car gets older, the engine gets less efficient, so you don't burn. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good analogy, in fact. Yeah.
Just now you mentioned something about gene expression. Maybe a lot of people out there are unfamiliar with this term. Can you maybe elaborate a bit what that's all about?
So the some of the scientists have found out that our genes behave
Mm,
differently as we age. So
yeah.
we are born with the same genes.
Mm,
The genes do not change, but it's
mm,
the activity of the genes expression that
mm,
changes. So, for
mm,
example, when we were younger, our genes that is
mm,
responsible for burning fat or fat metabolism is more active.
mm,
So same genes, but it's more active in metabolizing fat, right? So you are able to burn the fat more efficiently. But as
mm,
we age, this gene expression slows down. So they're not
mm.
as active as before.
Uh,
So you can
okay.
be eating the same amount, but your fat is still actually it's more. Yeah. It's,
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum, Janet. Okay. Waalaikumsalam, Janet. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Uh, sorry, I feel like I'm always interrupting you because it's so exciting. And we have lots and lots of things to ask you. And I also invite listeners to ask questions as we go along. Okay. And then I often hear people say that, hey, actually, I'm not fat, I'm big bone, or I'm fat because it's all genetics. Look at my dad's fat, my mom is fat, my grandparents are fat. Okay, so how do you explain those claims? Any truth in those claims, doctor?
that's I like
Especially
the
the big bone part, the big bone part.
I like the excuse, because I wish I can have the excuse too, so that I can
uh,
tell people I'm not fat, I'm big bone. Actually, the truth is that's an excuse lah, because
uh,
it's actually a nice photo that I saw online. If some
yeah,
people see a big bone, that means
yeah,
your bones are different from other people. Which, if you study anatomy, our bones are all the
yeah,
same size, pretty much.
yes,
A
yeah,
giant. So
yeah,
the bones are not disproportionately bigger than compared to the muscle or the fat, right? So it's
uh,
just an easy excuse for us to say, oh, we're big bone, so that you can say, I don't need to lose weight because it's just my bones.
yeah,
So of course, the better way is to check your body fat measurement, your muscle percentage, and all that. Then you
mm,
know how many percent is actually fat and all that.
yeah,
And the second part about genetics is also a
mm,
very common excuse, I want to say, because easy to blame your parents, right? Rather than blame
yo,
yourself.
correct, correct, yeah,
Because it's my parents' fault. It's not my fault. That's why I'm fat.
yeah,
Then I can just still happily enjoy my life and not being my fault. But the truth
yeah,
is, okay, I'm not saying that parents are not at fault totally. It's actually genes play a part of all
mm,
this. In fact, genes also play a big part in many condition and diseases.
mm,
But like I said, with gene expression, you can actually do things to influence them. So
mm.
if your genes is really more prone to being fat, then you will have to do things to influence it to not easily
To
get.
switch off the genes. Is that what you're trying to say?
So maybe you might have to put in a little bit more effort than other
Uh,
people. But some people, yeah,
okay.
they can still, even though they're old, they still eat and they're still skinny. But
Yes.
it's fair. Life is fair because they
Mm,
should have some other
yeah.
things if you don't stay
Correct.
healthy. But the truth is, even though you're born with it, right, you can still influence these genes and you can still
Mm.
do something about it. It is not
But
a hopeless situation.
I think it's also due to habits, family habits. For example, if the mom likes to cook unhealthy way of cooking, like let's say nasi lemak put coconut milk, I think it's passed down, the recipe is passed down, and with the family, the entire family is sedentary. Maybe these are the kind of habits that are passed down. So it's maybe just genetics plus habits as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
Yeah.
when you're raised to eat a certain amount of food or rice or certain way of cooking,
Yeah.
so it becomes your lifestyle, right? So that
Yeah.
actually
Lifestyle.
contributes to the weight and all that. And I mean, from my experience, we are normal Malay family growing up. So
Mm.
I had rice 3 meals a day, even in the morning for breakfast. That's how I
Yeah.
grew up.
Orang Melayu. Yeah.
Yeah. So but
You
then
eat rice for breakfast as well? Nasi goreng
can be either plain white rice
or nasi lemak?
with dishes. Could be nasi sambal goreng, could be nasi lemak.
Oh my
I
god.
love my
Yeah.
rice. That's how I was
Yeah.
raised.
Yeah.
But as we learn, right, we
Mm.
find out things. We learn what is right and what's wrong. Then
Mm.
we change. So even my mom
Mm.
also started to change the way she cook, the way she prepare her food,
Mm.
and
Mm.
even she also went through that transformation as well.
Okay, just now you mentioned about diet. Yeah, we are both Japanese, so we tend to eat more rice than the others. Okay, and then you also have this inclination nowadays, the trend on Instagram to eat what you call Angmo diets. Okay, or keto diets or paleo diet. There are so many diets out there, and people
Okay.
are just so confused. So maybe you can shed some light on it. Which one is sustainable? Which one is doable? I
Okay.
get confused sometimes. Yeah.
So like the word said, it's a diet, right?
Mm,
So we say diet means that you just follow it for some time
mm,
because very few people can follow a diet their whole life. So
yeah.
it will be sustainable. So for example,
Mm,
but they are very effective. A lot of these
mm,
diets are very effective to help you lose weight,
mm,
but not many can actually sustain.
mm,
Okay, so
mm,
uh, in terms of sustainability, I suggest you follow a simple eating plan which allows you to even continue
mm,
after that short duration of time
mm.
is able to is for you. You can still continue following that even after like 3 months or so. That is something that
Yeah.
you want to do. So a
Yeah.
eating plan rather than a fat diet is actually better. I'm not saying that the fat diets don't work. They do work very well, but the question is, will you be able to stick to it all the way? Because
Yeah.
some people do.
Sustainability. Yeah. That's the key word.
So I cannot have my nasi lemak if I'm on keto diet. I
Yeah.
cannot with my breakfast if intermittent fasting because I love my
Yeah.
breakfast. So
Yes.
you decide what is sustainable for you.
Yeah. Because and I've also encountered a friend who there's this diet. She always weigh her foods before her meals. Can you imagine that? She got to
Wow.
weigh her meats and she got to weigh her vegetables, fruits, and so
Count
on.
calories.
So
Count
I was
calories.
thinking, if you don't have a weighing scale with you, that'll be a bit difficult, right?
Yeah.
So
So
okay, and maybe you've shared before that you have helped a lot of people with this program that is sustainable and help people gain back their health and improve their body composition. Maybe you'd like to share more about that. Do you
okay.
have some slides? Maybe I can share.
Yes, please, please.
Okay, let me
Share.
let me share the slides. Okay. Okay, here goes.
So when it comes
You going to see?
to lose weight, right? You don't want to just lose weight because weight, our body is made up of fat, muscle, bones, water. When you lose weight, if you lose any of these components, you will lose weight.
Mm,
But the
mm.
key that you want to focus on is losing fat,
Okay,
right?
so this is the technology, is it, doctor?
Yeah. So H-Talk 1090 is the program that I put my clients
Okay,
on.
okay.
And it's based on this technology called H-Log. This is where it targets the gene expression science.
Uh,
Um, so the ingredients go through this process where they find out what is um, the ingredients that really works on resetting your gene expression so that you can effectively burn fat, build muscle, and optimize your healthy appetite.
so this is the one that you are talking about. What does it target? These are the three elements that the program targets in terms of the gene expression.
Yeah, so remember we talked about appetite Yeah, right. So appetite
Mm,
is really the number one, not say culprit lah, but one of the important factors that
mm,
influence our lifestyle habits.
yeah,
So want to be able to target genes that's responsible for your appetite and also
mm,
your positive mood. So willpower here is relating to the appetite as well, because
mm,
I'm sure many of us have tried to lose weight on our own, and
yeah,
willpower is really really hard. It's like even
mm,
harder than than
yeah,
doing something heavy, because that willpower comes from within. So it's very difficult. So if we can have ingredients that influence the willpower, appetite
mm,
control, positive mood,
mm,
make our life so much better and easier for us to actually go through this process of losing weight and losing fat. And like I mentioned, we want to boost our lean muscle and lose
mm,
fat. So the key thing
mm,
must be reduce fat and increase muscle. Because if you reduce fat but reduce muscle, then you're not
mm,
going to be sustainable, because muscle is the one that keeps our body burning the calories and keeping ourselves healthy. So you want to maintain or at least boost the muscle while
mm.
losing the
Because a lot of diets out there, so-called diets out there, mainly focus only on the weight loss. So we have to get the concepts right, lah. So we get to build muscle and burn the fat, and and what TR90 means, what 90 days, right?
yeah.
Why do you need 90 days? Why so long? Why 3 months? Don't we have quick fix? Because a lot of people want instant results nowadays.
Yeah, do you
So
have
why the
the
90 days?
slides
Yeah.
on that? Do you have the
Next
next slide?
slides. Okay, I may not have it. Probably. Okay, maybe this one. Maybe this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
this
this one?
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So actually, there are a few reasons. One is
Mm.
our body, our mind takes time for us to change our habits, at least 40,
True.
60 days. So when
60
you
days.
are
Yeah.
on a program, it allows us to properly change our habits for a better, more sustainable kind of habits in terms of
Mm.
lifestyle.
Mm.
And also when you talk about ingredients or supplements that influences our genes, that
Mm.
also will take time to, because it's not a medication, it's not something that instantly changes, so it takes
Mm.
time to influence our genes optimally. And
Yeah.
there was a study that was done and presented in 2013, where they
Yeah.
did this 1090 program on 45 women and 21 men,
Mm.
and that they took the bloods before and after the 90 days, and that's where they found that the gene expression was optimally influenced in terms of
Oh.
the diet, in terms of the fat metabolism, and also the lean muscle metabolism as well. So
Oh, that's
this is
very
the trick
interesting.
of 90 days.
Okay, so like for example, because our body, I wouldn't say go through abuse, but we sometimes we take a long period of time to go from 70 kilos to 100 kilos, right? So this
Yeah,
30 kilos weight gain goes through a long period. It's not just like a few months. It will take years and years. So I believe one should be realistic to not to expect that you can get quick results. After all, if it's a really quick results, it's like your body will crash. Am I right to
mm,
say it? Mm.
yeah, correct. Because you want it to be gradual, so that it's
Yeah.
more sustainable and
Mm.
also more effective in the long run.
Okay. So is this suitable for everybody? Is it just for obese people, overweight people? Is it for everybody?
Yeah, so if you do, I think you have some photos, right? So to
I
show.
think I show
So
you. Okay.
basically,
This one was okay. Sorry, this was talking about the fat metabolism and lean muscle mass, right? You
yeah.
explained just now why? Yeah.
So basically, traditional programs or diets tend to
Mm.
cause rebound or
Mm.
yo-yo, because
Mm.
when you lose weight, you lose both fat and muscle.
Yeah.
Okay? When you lose that
Okay.
muscle,
Sorry. When Ramadan, right? During the fasting month,
mm,
usually you burn, you lose both muscle as well as
fat,
what
yeah,
do you call it? Muscle and fat. Yes,
yeah.
that's how I managed to see. Okay.
That's why after Raya, everybody gain back because it's
Yes, because once they whack the lontong, the rendang, everything comes back, right, doctor? Because you lose the
yeah. So
muscles.
the
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
is you want to maintain the muscle or increase the muscle while
Mm,
reducing the fat, and that is where it
mm,
becomes long term, and you prevent that yo-yo or rebound syndrome.
mm,
Mm.
mm. Anyway, if you got more muscles, you look better, like. See, like this guy.
Yeah, your body
Look at this
shape.
guy. there wasn't any. If you look carefully, he didn't lose any weight after 3 months. 68 kilos, but he lost 6% of fat. Six
Yeah, it's a
percent times 68. That's like 4 kilos of fat. Wow,
yeah. So
4 kilos
it's
of
not about,
fat is about 16 blocks of butter.
it's not about losing weight. It's more about the body
Yeah,
composition, and
right.
definitely his body is in a healthier state than before.
Yeah, looks sexier also, right?
It applies to everyone. Yeah,
Big
so he
bonus.
might not be obese, but then it actually applies to, it helps to improve his health overall as well.
Ah, yes. Okay. Okay. See, I'm so shallow. I just look at looks only. Okay. Anyway, so like I mentioned, this guy doesn't really look that fat. He looks kind of just plain overweight. So my question is this safe for everybody, or is it suitable for everyone? Obese, overweight, or even skinny? Is it suitable?
Yeah, so even for skinny, it does help to increase muscle because there's also
Mm.
this concept of skinny fat. There are
Yes.
people out there who are not overweight or might
Yes.
even be close to underweight, but their
Yeah.
body fat might be high, and
Mm.
this may also on its own cause other medical complications or problems.
Okay.
So it's also useful for them so that they can change their body shape, increase the muscle, reduce the fat.
Maybe I go to the next slide. Yeah. So this guy also evidently you can see that he's more toned. You can see his six pack emerging, and what you see on the right side is a typical abang after marriage with kids. Start to grow horizontally,
Mm.
and yeah, this is interesting. After a few months through the program, he really looks like his younger self. This is
Yeah,
interesting. So it's not just about weight loss, right, doctor, or fat loss. It's also about making you look and feel younger. Is that
yeah.
right?
So yeah, I mean appearance is definitely a bonus, but for
Mm,
me, I always focus more on the health benefits. So
yeah.
definitely the health benefits is a lot.
Mm,
There are even people who have improved in terms of the health condition, the medical condition, because when you
yes.
reduce fat and increase the muscle, a lot of the
Mm,
metabolism actually becomes more
improve.
effective, more efficient,
Mm,
and
mm,
things like diabetes, high blood pressure actually will improve.
okay. Then, does this program include supplements as well? Because I know a lot of people out there they could be averse to taking supplements. So, are supplements included? And if they are, why are supplements included?
Yeah, so that's a very good question because
Mm,
I have met clients and patients who feel that they
yeah.
can do it on their own
Yes.
with just diet and exercise. That's not wrong.
Yes.
In fact,
Yeah.
many people have done it. Diet and exercise has long been proven to be very effective.
Mm,
But the problem lies in when if whether we can do it because the initial part is the most challenging
correct.
to get that willpower, the appetite, the discipline, and also after many years, aging and all that, our ability to
Yeah.
lose and build muscle is a bit more
More
challenged.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it definitely becomes harder. So the difference is the initial part, especially the first 2 weeks to 1 month, right, is the most
Yeah.
difficult part for anyone
Yeah.
to start losing weight
Yes.
and to stick to it.
Mm,
So without the supplement, you really have to rely on pure willpower, which is very dependent on most people. So with the supplement, it really helps a lot. You know why? Because one, remember we talked about the gene expression for
yes.
positive mood and willpower, right? And
Yes.
appetite. So if that is already, we already on with the help of the supplement, we help to optimize the appetite so that we don't have that cravings anymore. It will make it
Mm,
so much easier for us to follow the simple eating plan. And if
mm,
supplements could help us to also stimulate that gene expression for fat metabolism and lean muscle metabolism, then my efforts will be faster. Our results will be faster because instead of maybe waiting for like 3 months to see results, you
yeah.
may to see within 1 to 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
if I can see results in 1 to 2 weeks, I'll be more motivated to stick to the plan.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
So
this is what I call external support, lah. Right.
so with the supplements is even more helpful. So for me, if I want to lose weight, of course I want to make sure that it's effective I can see
Yeah.
results quickly, and I can see it makes it easier for me to follow. So the
Yes.
supplements really help in that area.
Okay, and talking about supplements, there are many people out there who are skeptical. You know, sometimes you have slimming pills. There's bad side effects. They put steroids inside.
Hmm.
You know, all these harmful side effects. So are these supplements safe? Maybe we go to the next slide. I believe you have one talking about the components. Yeah, here it is. So maybe you like to explain further what these supplements do and how they are like, what are the
Yeah.
ingredients?
So
Mm,
there is no, what do you call it? There are many supplements out there in terms of weight loss, but
mm,
most of the time safety is always an issue, because a
mm.
lot of these supplements or products, they tend to want to give you quick and fast results, and sometimes
Yes.
with quick and fast results comes with a lot of harmful ingredients that are added in to make sure that you lose the weight. And so
Mm,
many cases before even reported by FDA, HSA, on these supplements being on products being taken back off the shelf.
mm, mm,
But with these Pharmanex supplements, they undergo strict 6S quality process, where
mm.
um, they go through really stringent testing to make sure that they are very safe even after prolonged intake. That is very safe and also effective. So it's also listed in the physician desk reference, where they list
Okay.
down
What is
actual.
that actually? What's the physician desk reference?
Yeah, so this is a reference book which doctors refer to when they want to
Mm,
prescribe medication, and
mm,
a few supplements are listed inside. So this
mm,
is the only weight loss system that is
mm.
listed in this physician desk reference. So I feel safer as a medical professional to recommend this to my clients and my patients.
So confirm, chop, double confirm, it's safe, right, doctor? Once it's inside the
Yes,
PDR,
yes.
right?
In fact, there were some cases where people
Uh,
couldn't believe. There were some competitors
yeah.
that they couldn't believe that these products are so effective and so safe. They sent it to HSA to test, until
Uh,
HSA already tested many times and had to tell people, we already tested many times, it's very safe. So
okay.
yeah, so even HSA also got tired of being asked to test, because this is really very safe.
I mean, this program has been around for a long time, right? There shouldn't be any worries about safety, right? If you know,
Exactly.
if yeah, okay. Then there's this thing called Life Pack at the bottom there. What does that do?
Okay, so Life Pack, I think there's a page on the antioxidant slide. So
Antioxidant. Let me see. Okay, this was sorry. Yeah, maybe before we jump, these are some of the ingredients that you mentioned just now, right? It looks kind of you know looks safe to me. Grapes, pomegranate. What else? Yeah.
yeah, so the interesting thing is the ingredients that we set our genes are actually all from nature, from
Mm,
fruits, plants, and vegetables, and yet they are scientifically proven to influence the gene expression when put together in a formula, in
mm,
this formulation.
mm.
Mm.
And I see that looks like saffron, the one that we always put in our nasi biryani.
Yeah,
And pomegranate.
saffron
Yeah.
is a very powerful ingredient. In fact, it's
Mm,
also very valuable in some
mm.
cultures, and it's
Expensive,
a very
expensive spice.
expensive, yes, and
Mm,
also an effective ingredient for weight loss and appetite control.
okay, and there's also tea green. Tea green is a good ingredient as well, right, for fat loss, I believe.
Yeah, green tea, pomegranate,
Oh, sorry, green tea. No,
quercetin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, and okay, back to Life Pack. What does it do actually? Because I know a lot of fat or overweight people usually have lots of inflammation in their body. Is that related to it?
yeah. So one of the components of losing weight is
Mm,
that sometimes when you are trying to, or not sometimes, most times when you're trying to lose weight, you tend to lack nutrition, lack vitamins and minerals, because you tend to eat less.
mm,
So you will need to top up your vitamins and minerals. That's one.
mm,
Secondly, it's also there's also what we call oxidative stress on the body when you're trying to lose weight, because you're trying
mm,
to create a change that is a stressful process in your body. This will generate free radical damage. So the scientists have done studies to show that with Life Pack, this multivitamin antioxidant supplement, there is a better weight loss and also healthier weight loss together with improved antioxidant score as well.
Mm,
So all this will contribute towards the effect, not just effective fat loss and muscle maintenance, but
mm.
also a healthier transformation rather than just losing weight, but it's more of a healthier transformation
So
as well.
it's more holistic lah in a sense, right? But
Yeah.
maybe you like to explain those numbers at the bottom of this graph. It looks interesting. This spectrum from red to yellow to orange to yellow to green. What does that represent, doctor?
Yeah, so there's this is actually a antioxidant scan score, which shows your
Yes.
antioxidant levels. So as you can see, those who are overweight tend to be on the lower spectrum, the red and orange zone, whereas
Uh,
those who are also of a healthier weight tend to be on the higher spectrum.
mm. This machine that we have is called the S3, right? It measures the antioxidants in our body,
Yeah.
and I noticed that the highest part of this graph, the median seems to be orange, and or wait, rather, average SCS score is 30,000, which is is this a typical reading for Singaporeans?
I think not just Singaporeans, it's around the world. It's a
Around the world, yeah, yeah. So I remember doing this before, and I was in 23,000, and I checked an office full of people, 50 odd. Yes, it did relate to this graph. More than 70% in the yellow and orange and red zones. Only a couple of people that I can count on a hand are actually in the blue zone. So the blue zone is the optimum, right, doctor?
yes, we aim to be higher in the higher zone.
Okay, okay, interesting. Then next, so this is life pack, right? Sorry,
Mm.
I jumped slightly. This is life pack. Okay, maybe quickly, what's that all about?
Yeah, so that's the nutritional formula with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants.
And it's also included in the program, right, doctor?
Yeah, it's all part of the 90.
Okay. Okay, then, okay. Earlier on, when we talk about eating rice and all this, right? So I'm Javanese, you're Javanese. Do I need to cut carbo? Does it mean that I cannot eat my rice or my noodles in this program?
Yeah, so you can show the eating plan. Basically,
Okay, this is the one, right? Ah, okay.
one good thing about this program is that you are still supposed to eat. There is no starving,
Mm,
there's no
mm,
skipping of meals. And
mm.
the only changes is basically you cut down your carbohydrates because we're used to eating a mountain of rice. So
Yes.
it's very easy rather than just instead of weighing your food or counting calories or all those things, you just need to look at your hands. And for
Mm,
example, carbohydrate, you just need to have a cup amount carbohydrates,
mm,
right? So this is how
mm,
much carbohydrate you want to have.
mm,
So
mm,
like you can see in the photo, that amount of rice. So you can still have rice, just
mm,
a little bit less because we don't
mm,
really need that kind of amount. And
mm,
then you also need 2 servings of protein, which is one fish size. So one
mm.
meat
This
protein.
size.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this size.
So everyone
Yeah.
has their own different fish size. So you follow your own fish size. Okay. So you want
Mm.
meat protein and one non-meat protein. So that's 2 protein servings already. And
Like that.
a open palm, yeah, correct. And an open palm of fruit and vegetables.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Actually, when
in
you come to think of it,
food.
it's really a lot to eat. You know, doctor said
Mm.
two fish, one open palm, and then another one for rice. You know, maybe half a bowl. That's a lot to eat actually, right? So
Yeah.
in essence, there's no starving. You
Yeah.
have to
So,
eat
so you
in
want
order to
to
lose fats. Yeah.
correct. That's why it's more sustainable than following a fat diet.
Uh, and there's also this misconception that healthy food are not nice to eat. You know,
Mm,
like plain oats, no sugar, and all this. But as you can see
yeah.
on the left side, there are lots and lots of actually delicious
Yeah, you can
recipes that
still
you can
enjoy food.
incorporate healthy food.
You still
Yeah,
enjoy food and be healthy.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Because when the food gets boring, I don't think you can sustain 3 months. You know, you look if you imagine eating oats and no sugar for three
Very
months.
sad. I'd be
I
depressed.
think you'll quit after 3 days. You'll quit. You'll say no, I'm not going to do this anymore.
And
Right?
another important component is exercise. So you can go to the
Mm.
exercise portion. So
Okay, this is the metabolic burn zone, right?
mm,
The eating more protein and eating snacks in between.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so this thing about exercise, yeah.
yeah. Because we have.
Most people don't like to exercise. Don't like to exercise. Can you still lose weight or fats without exercise?
Yeah, so there's a common question. Of course,
Mm,
many people will be too lazy to exercise. So they say, can I lose weight without exercise? Yes, you
mm.
can. But if you exercise, it will be more effective. Because remember, our
Ah,
target or objective is to boost our muscle or at least maintain our lean muscle, because
yes.
that is one that will continue to keep on burning. But I
Mm,
understand that many people will be a bit hesitant to exercise, especially if they've never done so on a regular basis.
yes.
So
Correct.
it's as good as, just 30 minutes each time. And you don't even have to do something that is too out of the way. You don't even need equipment. You can just do like home activities. Or you can
Mm,
even do like here, if you have no time, a 7 to 15 minutes high intensity interval training.
yeah.
The
Seven
whole
minutes only, out of 24 hours. I think it's still doable, right?
Yeah, and if you're new, you aim
Mm.
towards starting simple first and then gradually build up the intensity. So don't go crazy. You can just at least just start something and then you can go on and build up from there.
And I believe sometimes when people want to exercise alone, they feel like, oh, I'm just doing it alone. That's why this is a bit like a promo, right? The guys are doing the Body Burn 30 program for the last 30 days. Okay, we are almost ending soon. What we do is we get a group of guys to come together in a WhatsApp group, and we dish out exercise programs as well as nutrition tips. Then at the end of each day, we report we have done the exercises, and then we move on to the next. And this so far so good. Some people have benefited. They look firmer even after Ramadan. They look firm. Their muscles are firmer, and I
Mm.
believe some ladies also do that. And they band together, and I believe there are about 100 odd people, right? They are all still exercising. They just begin. So sometimes you feel alone and unmotivated. I guess you need to find a group of people who want to do it
Mm.
together. They're more motivated, right?
Yes, exactly. Do we have any
Uh,
questions? Are we happy to answer any questions at this point?
okay. Okay. So maybe I have. Okay. Just now we talked about this thing can work or not. We have the track record number one, right? And maybe I show some. Okay. This is you. Sorry to show you like this, but it's really effective. Can really see the change, doctor.
Yeah, cannot show too long.
Cannot show too long, Yeah, those having lunch, those about to have lunch, please. So this is your transformation within 3 months, doctor.
Yeah, no, actually this one is after 1 month. So
Wow,
it's
one
actually
month.
possible, yeah.
Serious. Look at your
Yeah.
tummy. Very
So it's
fast.
actually possible lah to achieve it within that month. Then
Yeah.
after that, it's easier to maintain.
Actually, if you want whatever it is, you still can attain, right? Right.
Mm.
Okay. Then maybe these are some of the other testimonials. Maybe you can just uh, you know
So as you can
describe
see,
some of them. Mm,
it applies to any shape, size, age,
mm,
gender.
mm,
So
mm.
like you have nurses, you have doctors here. We have abang-abang who never exercised before, and
Okay.
we have
Mm.
abutas. We have even as young as teenagers. You know,
Teenager.
young mom. So all various backgrounds, various shape and sizes, they all have positive results with TR90. Definitely is because when you target all these important gene expression that's important for fat loss and body shaping. That's where it really gets the best results.
Okay. So there's hope for everyone, everybody, right, doctor?
Yeah. Mm.
It's whether you want to do it or not, right? Or you
Yeah.
want to decide or not, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think what other slides? Okay, maybe we end the slides here, and we invite people to ask questions. Anybody?
Take
So many colorful. Yeah.
any
Okay.
three, just three questions.
Okay. Maybe since we don't have questions now, maybe I ask. So after the 90 days, what next? What's next? What do you do then?
Okay, so the program is 90 days, right? So the whole
Mm,
idea is not just 90 days and then, okay, go back to last time. No. So the whole idea
yeah.
is to sustain that effect. In fact, some it can even continue to lose even after the 90 days.
Even
So
yeah.
continuing to follow the simple eating plan, the regular exercise, and also I would suggest continuing on the life pack because it's basic vitamins and minerals important for your own health, and then you can add on other supplements according to your needs. And yeah, it's as simple as that actually, just to continue those.
So you don't need to continue with the other supplements that are in the program?
Yeah, you don't have to continue the rest of the supplements unless if you want to. Yeah.
But I think at the start of each program, one needs to see that target and goals, right? And there are some, I mean, sometimes you can't expect to lose 20 kilos, 30 kilos in a month, right? So we need to be
Cannot.
realistic, right? So sometimes one set of the program cannot, you can't achieve all those that you want. Like for example, 20 kilo, 30 kilo, right? So you may want to continue another 90 days. Is that right?
Yeah, so it depends on your goal. If you are really very heavy and you have a lot to go for, then you might have to go 90 days for 2 rounds or something, or three event for some people. Yeah.
Okay, good. Some people say no need to take this. I see. Just cut calories, exercise can still lose weight. I think you talked about it before, right?
Yeah, I think I addressed this earlier in the
Okay.
presentation.
All right. So what's the time now? Oh, it's almost 2 o'clock.
Yes.
We eat so much into your time. Apologies for that. So what's your final advice and takeaway for this session?
Okay, so basically, at the end of the day, it's very important to maintain a healthy weight, especially low body fat and good muscle percentage. And by doing this, you can improve your health overall. So if you are looking to improve your health, I would say this will be the best start for you to do, the best thing for you to do first before you even consider other things or other form of supplements. So whether you got diabetes or knee pain or worry about cancer, this will be the first big start for your transformation to lose the fat, build the muscle. Then whatever that you want to put your effort towards in terms of improving health will be so much easier and more effective after these 90 days.
Okay. Okay. So I think that should wrap up this whole session. I don't want to take too much of your time. Maybe if anybody still have questions, still have burning questions, they can drop their questions here after the MB session, and perhaps Dr. Taufiq or myself can help to address these questions. Am I right?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I think this session is really important. We must, at the end of the day, empower ourselves with more knowledge to make the informed decisions, because we are all in charge of our own health, right, doctor? So
Yes.
preventive measures are still important, right?
Yes.
So not just an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but we also need to read up and be more knowledgeable in terms of our health, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you, doctor, for your precious time, and I hope you guys who are listening can benefit. And do join me again end of the day at 5. Sorry, not end of the day, at 5 p.m. for another live session. All right, thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Bye.
Assalamualaikum. Have a good Friday and weekend ahead. Bye.